Here we are. Good morning, internet people. I'm gonna do a bit of a show and tell. I haven't done a video in a while. So, the latest quilt I just finished is a Dresden. And I just kind of did random Dresdens, just like I do all my quilts, no rhyme or reason. And then the back, I did polka dots. And then I also did free motion stitching to stitch the Dresdens down, which sometimes that's my favorite. Just, it almost creates like another pattern. So that quilt I finished at the new property. We moved, what, a month ago? I think it was a month ago. We've been here a month now. Took about 3 months to get escrow closed. This one I did while we were staying at Mom's. This is done out of a lady's stash. Her name was Lynn. She was a mother to a neighbor of mine, and she had passed away, and I bought all her sewing collection. And these were all, that's also why it's very small. I don't even think this is, what is this? About 40, probably about 40 by 50. It sure is pretty, the little log cabin. And then the back is just stitched down. I don't know what fabric line these were. Cafe, different things. The Dresden was Anna Marie Horner. Yeah. I've always wanted her stuff, but I've always limited myself to just Cafe and Tula. And of course, Kona. Kona is my favorite. I have several full bolts of Kona. I have a problem. Now this one I had done while we were still at our old house in Hanford. This is one of my scrappy kind of quilts. And what it is they're embroideries that I've tried, different things. I think this one even says Scrappy Quilt 2022. I did a little, there's a butterfly. I know they're upside down. And then this one, let's see. Oh, here's one of the very first Dresdens I ever did. What's that, a dragon? And I don't worry if they're upside down or not. Here's this is from a quilt I made for David's grandmother, and then also same colors for Isabel. I made her a unicorn one. What does this one say? Keep calm and sew something. Then there's Totoro, butterfly print. This is one of the very first wedding ring practice blocks I ever did. This went to his cousin Kelsey, but not these fabrics. And then the back, so this was, what do they call that? Quilt as you go. This is a quilt as you go. So the back, I just pieced it however. I lined them up. I wanted to see the grid. I even put in a few randoms. See? You can see all I did is I top stitched those pieces down. Same thing with these, and they don't always line up. But you know what? I'm a therapy sewer, quilter. I don't really do patterns so much. Like, I've done a few quilt kits. Oops, oh, that just fell on the floor. Okay, so now I did the Dresden. This one was done for a cousin of mine. I'm getting ready to put it together, but I'm gonna let her pick through any of these others. This is all Kaffe. This is all Kaffe Fassett. Now his stuff is like a sheen fabric. What do they call it? It's very different to sew and piece together, because that fabric moves very differently. It's very stretchy. So let me move. Oh, that's actually a good height, huh? Move. You can see some of my junk. Oh, I'm trying to remember neighbors' birthdays. That's what's in the background. My doctor's appointment here in a few. Look at Mimi. You see Mimi over there. Mimi! So it's been interesting. We started escrow on this property in Lemoore in April, May, June, July. It was the end of June we moved in, right? Yeah, it was the end of June we got the keys, and it all had to do with my little house in Hanford having problems with the title due to things that happened years ago. And so we were able to sell that property and put money down on this one and put some stuff into it. This house has an acre in town, right by the high school. So I'm about 4 blocks from Mom. It's a 9-minute walk, which I've done a few times, but at least I know I can do it. And then I drive over there at least once a day, sometimes twice, and give her food. And ooh, that's a mosquito. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. There's a mosquito in here. I don't know where they come from, because there is no damn standing water around here. I'll get it. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of work, a lot of resting, but we had the house roofed by Red's Roofing, and they're locals. We've known them forever, and I was able to get a tractor to help scrape a lot of the dirt and weeds and brush, and the property was neglected quite a long time. And the owners had tried to clean it up best they could, but there's still stuff coming up in the dirt. I don't know. They had renters here for I don't know how many years, and it was a mess. So it needs a lot of little things here and there, but we'll do it over time. The main thing is we're closer to Mom. So it's been crazy. I will try and link a video with this one. I'm not good at doing that yet, but... And then my neighbor behind us, Ashley, she's a little quilter, and I was so excited, and we get along so well. Our personalities are kind of very similar, but yet I think enough of a difference. And she's a teacher, kindergarten teacher, so she has patience of a saint. If you're watching this, if she can put up with me, she's got patience of a saint. And Derek, her husband, they're very nice. We've had dinner a few times with them. So the transition here has been very wonderful. The neighbors are very friendly. And of course, we bonded with Derek and Ashley. They're younger, and she's getting ready to have a baby, so we're excited for her and them. So yeah, I'm very tired. I've been having to rest a little bit and pull back. But it's been very exciting. I want to plant some trees. I want to start bigger scale garden. Maybe I can sell at the farmer's market next year. I have a lot of dirt to bring in. So if anybody has yard clippings, please save them for me here in town. I know a lot of my friends here in town mow their lawns. I'd be willing to bring a barrel by. So I could pick it up, you know, every couple of weeks or so. I need a lot of mulch. I need to make mulch beds type of things. So I don't know if it's light enough. Well, I could. Let's see. Am I able to switch on a video the angle? No. I'd have to stop it, huh? I need a selfie stick, huh? That's what I should order. A selfie stick. So, this Dresden quilt that I did actually was a pattern from Ashley and I. I went over to her place and we sewed, and she had this Dresden one. So some of this is done with her template and some is done with mine. And they're very similar. I mean, I think it changed the sizes about an inch in diameter when I went from mine to hers. And I think there's 3 or 4 different sizes of Dresden. We all know how I quilt. I'm just like, la la la. Very organic. I want to call myself a fluid organic quilter. You know, all those. So I am going this week to the Hanford Quilt Guild for the first time with Ashley. She belongs to that. So we'll see. I'm very intense. I will be taking Xanax to keep calmer. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be people either love or hate me. That's it. There's no in the middle. But it's been interesting. I've got, I planted an Italian blood orange. I planted 2 different kinds of fig trees. I planted a rose bush, our first rose bush on the property. We always like roses. And a weeping willow for David. What else have I done? I'm currently with the little Kubota tractor that I borrowed, digging a water line out to the back. There is a well, but it needs work to try and activate it to see if there's water. It's very shallow. I think it's not even 20 feet deep, which is very common here in Lemoore area for the watering wells. There's 2 pecan trees on the property. There's an old grapevine way in the back that I've been trying to dig up because I want to move it. So here pretty soon when the fall starts, I'll go and soak it and try and move it. I'm going to take clippings from it first and start some of it to see what it is, of course. And I planted a grape purple, the big purple globe, I think it is. I don't remember. For some reason, my goal is in my head to have about 40 different fruit trees over the next couple years and plant crops in between. And I'm a barrel planter. I will do ground crops, you know, squash and whatever, and melons next year. Probably could. There's watermelons pulling up all over the place. David Googled the leaves and they're watermelon. So we'll see. There's not enough time for that one to produce, but still pretty. I did round up a few of them by accident because I'm like, oh, that's a weed. Let me get it. Because it's going to be a lot of work if I let the weeds get too high. So, Okay, I switched to where we can do a little bit of a walk about. The sun is just coming up. Oh, I don't know what I did with my glasses. Now, I do have quite a bit of stuff here because I've been bringing it. But this is the very back. So that's my backyard. You can see I've been filtering stuff. I ordered a Connex trailer. So basically, there's apartments over there. They're actually condos. I looked them up. And then there's 2 houses back there. That's my old junky trailer. There's my little trailer. That's going to become a chicken coop. And then I've got a fig tree there. And then about just in front of that trailer, I'm going to bring another fence, a wire fence for an inner yard. This is a persimmon tree. Then you can see all my stuff. I've got half a pallet of pickets. I had to redo this fence, so the neighbors helped me. There's the bag. I have a whole pallet of cement. I went through one already. Then, of course, my sewing trailer. It's just here temporarily. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go. There is an inner yard. And then here is, in between the trailers, you can kind of see there is another driveway over here that goes out. And then here's the little Kubota. And then I do have a bunch of chickens and ducks. There's the side yard. That's our bedroom. And then it goes living room, dining room, kitchen across from that bedroom, bedroom. So that's where I'm digging the water line, but I can't today. Today I have to go mow Sam's lawn, which he's an elderly 90-year-old next to Mom, who I've kind of been helping a little, and his daughter. She lives in Fowler, so it's hard for her to come. But yeah, this is it. The little property. I've slowly been bringing stuff over from Mom's, but it'll get there. I mainly just brought all this shit over and dumped it because poor Mom's house was so cluttered. See, there's my trailer poking through the inner fence. And then, of course, I put in another gate to keep Pig safe because of my asshole Octavius. So I've been trying to grow grass here. There's the blood orange. There's the piping I'm going to put in the ground across the other side. But yeah, we had to put a new roof, so there went $10,000 of mad money. I was going to put all the money into the house or buy David a little car, but it didn't happen. But there's certain things we needed in order for me to be able to maintain this crazy place. So, and David helps when I ask him to out here, but it's not his favorite thing. Unlike me, who's nuts at 48 years old to buy property like this. Of course, he must be just as nuts to allow me. But, you know, it's an investment, I think, for the future. Even if we don't stay here for years and years. But we could. You know, it's zoned for 7 to 12 units. I've been looking into converting those shipping containers into little apartments. And that's very doable. But, yeah. Maybe someday somebody will come and offer me $500,000 for this place just for the property. I want to put up apartments. I'm like, okay, bye. But that's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream until it happens. So I'm getting ready to start some seedlings. Different onions and different things that go into the fall and winter. I could grow more squash and stuff. There's enough time to get a crop at least out of it, but it's not worth it yet. I do need to find some kind of cover crop for this back area, the dirt, because it's so dead. It needs some kind of nitrates and nutrients put into the soil, and I was looking at oats and different things. So we'll see what I plant to go through the winter, and then I'll be able to till it into the property later. But yeah, that's the latest. I'll try and get back to doing videos and different plantings, and it's been kind of nice. That little Kubota tractor that I have has a backhoe. Well, that's how I planted the trees and the rose bush and the, oh, let me tell you, I didn't really have to do much shoveling at all, and I thought, wonder if I can find a used one. That made a big difference. That really would make, you know, a little tractor like that, they're not very big. You can pick up a used one for like $15,000, $20,000. Wow, I could, you know, that's a good 20 years it could extend my hands and being able to do stuff, but we'll see. I'm trying to do things little by little instead of the Tasmanian whirlwind of now. I don't know what that's like, but I'm getting there. I painted a few of the cabinets in the kitchen this green. So that's been interesting with a gold brass knob. I've got the uppers almost completed. I've always been one of those that I start a bunch of projects and I go back and forth between them. A lot of it has to do with my ADD, and a lot of it has to do with, okay, my hands are tired of that motion, go to the next. And I didn't realize how wonder how long I've had the rheumatoid, because my hands have always hurt and had problems. Even cutting hair at the end of cutting hair full time, I was having a hard time with the scissors. I mean, they weren't working. Well, it was my hands. So who knows how long I had the rheumatoid before. And I've always done that. This project, that project, this, and then I'll come back around. Eventually I finish them. Sometimes I don't. Whatever. I ain't worried about shit. I figure if I drop dead, somebody else has to do it. Oh, well. It'll be somebody else's problem. I have to enjoy life, and David has to enjoy life, and that's all that really matters in the end. Oh, there's that damn mosquito again. I'm gonna get that bitch. I'm gonna get her. Him, her. Are mosquitoes male or female? Are they like bees where they're all females? Or are they all males? I don't remember. I know it's one of those. Anyways, tangent, off in a tangent. Oh, the fun part about Ashley and I, we quilted. She's come over here a couple of times, we quilted. We're both like, squirrel. We'll be talking about one thing, and then she looked over and saw something. She started talking about that, and then we talked. Then we went back around to something else. Then we went back to that. Then we went over here and talked about this, and then we talked. Oh my God, it was so much fun. I keep telling her I think we're related. We had 50 million different conversations going in 4 hours. So much fun. We're gonna be trouble, her and I. Her husband's real passive like my husband, so it's like, oh, these poor people, they're gonna need a support group. If you guys watch this, Derek and David, you'll need a support group. So, but I will tell you, people that have allergies to dust, don't buy an acre. I keep having to blow my nose and take Mucinex and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, the hell's the matter with me buying a fucking acre? Oh, I was trying not to cuss. I'm just like, What the heck? So, oh, this has always been my vision, okay? When the Worrells gave me this beautiful trailer, okay? This is where I like to quilt. There's like 4 windows across here, okay? And what I do, one of these days I'll make it with proper curtains. I've been talking to Morrow about what to do. I've got this little thing, look. Oh. Well, apparently that ain't plugged in. So I stole these from Mom a few years back. They're gonna go in there. They'll get painted something, or maybe they won't. But once I get the backyard and the area looking how I want, look at that. It's gonna be like looking at a picture. Isn't that cool? I think it's so pretty. And of course, there's a lot of junk right now, but I gotta tell myself, I've only been here a month. Slow your roll. And then my cousin Jeannie's real good about, now Eric, you better pace yourself. Mom does it, and David, I think. I tell you, it takes a team. So, yeah, this is what, we still have more junk to move from Mom's. I think I said that, huh? But it's kind of crazy having a mortgage, though. I've never had a mortgage. I've always been thankful for Mom and Dad and their hard work and letting me have a house and live in it. And they're very generous people. And, you know, regardless if they were generous or not, that's kind of why I take care of her, too. You know, you have to give back, and you have to give back 100%. And it's hard sometimes. It's very hard. Difference in personalities and age differences. But I did take my mom to go see a sister in Fresno she hadn't seen in a long, long time. Of course, there's a lot of history. And she got to see her. She had had a stroke. And it was very nice to see my Aunt Carmen. She's a Libra like me. Although her political side is way far. And we just avoid that. I got to see Michelle. That was very nice. I hadn't seen Michelle in a long time. Her and I were close for a few years when she lived here. I remember she worked at a Chinese food place, and we'd drive around in her old Toyota. Was it a Corolla or something? Oh my gosh, she's the one that taught me to drive stick shift. Oh, get over here and do this. And oh, we would have more fun driving all over. And that was before she had the kids, if I can remember. I think so. So it was really nice to see her. We want to try and go back next week, which I haven't told her yet. I know Monica's coming in 3-4 weeks. I want to go and see her. You know, sometimes you don't see people for a long time, but you just pick right up again. And that's what family is. You know, that's just how it is. I did that with Jeannie and Alicia too some years back, and you just pick right up again. You know, sometimes you don't talk to people for years and years. I don't think I had really talked to Michelle in years. You know, and it's really nice that family can do that. You can do that with family and friends, good friends, you know. I've always been very blessed with good friends, a few of them, and even some that aren't very close to. They just very pleasant. Then there's of course people you meet that aren't, and I'm not always very nice. I did get to see my cousin Rick again, which, gosh, I was probably a little boy the last time I saw him. And he had asked if I'd remembered him. And I said, yeah, vaguely. I remember looking up and seeing this other Mexican. You know. But I remember Uncle Jack's boys a little bit better. But that's because they were in Fresno and they were younger. A lot younger than Rick. I remember Monica well, the others. So it's nice to see people. So yeah, this was a long, ooh, I'm already 15 minutes in this one plus the other video. Ooh, this is going to be a long one, people. So I'm going to get back to my sewing and get back to, what time is it now? Oh, I can't see my computer. I've been listening to books on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of free books. So that's been fun. Sci-fi-ish. So, yeah, that's it. Over and out, internet land. Maybe this goes to aliens in outer space. God bless. Hope everybody is doing well. Yalla yalla and all that. I'm not always real religious, but God bless is, you know, it's due. And I'm thankful. Okay. Bye, everybody. Peace.